Hello, everyone. Hi, guys. Happy Thursday. Wow, it's almost the end of the week, and we appreciate you spending your lunch with us today. We are super excited. This is a topic near and dear to my heart because I struggle with file storage sometimes. So we have a Rita here. He is a Tech to Elevate digital coach, and he is going to teach us about file storage and organization, which is awesome. If you ever go into your computer and it feels like a messy closet, today's your day to learn how to fix that messy closet, right, Arita?
Yes, absolutely.
Good. Good. One quick housekeeping thing. You'll see you have a chat area where you could ask questions. Please take advantage of this if we're going through something and you need us to clarify or you want us to dig a little deeper. Make sure you just drop your question in the chat, and I'll nudge Arita and get your questions answered as he's going through his presentation. So with that said, Arita, we're handing it off to you so we can learn all kinds of cool things today.
All right. Thank you very much for that introduction, Trish. So today's webinar is about file storage and organization. And in this webinar, I will show you how to properly organize probably the most common thing you own. Well, I'm not talking about money, nor is it your clothes or anything. It's simply your digital files on your computer, of which you own at least thousands or even hundreds of thousands of files. I know Trish briefly mentioned about me, but my name is Arita Mogoba, and I am an AmeriCorps member serving with Tech to Elevate in Ambridge, Beaver County, as a digital coach. I am very passionate about digital inclusion and working with the community to ensure that everyone has access to technology. The agenda today is just going to be brief. We're going to look at the introduction and overview of document storage and organization. We'll also look at fundamentals of document organization. We'll look at a tree structure that will help us put together our documents and help us with the structure. We also look at file and folder organizations, the different ways we could use to organize our files. And we'll also have a question and answer session at the end of the webinar. These tips that we're going to discuss today are meant to increase your productivity and organization tremendously. As well as, when you're trying to search for your document, you're not trying to look through a lot of documents because you'll know exactly where your document is at. Just take a quick look at your phone and look at the number of pictures that you have. So many. And not all of us are very good at storing pictures and storing documents. So this session is going to help us take care of that. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your file organization skills? Please post it in the chat. Then we will have an analysis at the end of the webinar. Before we start and take a deeper dive, the fundamentals of a good document organization is having a good folder structure. A good folder structure should reflect the way you work and make it easy for you to find and access the files that you need. It is critical to create a logical and usable structure that you can use to store the computer files. Rule number 1 is that every single file in your system should be within a folder that it represents. A specific folder, nothing should be sitting on the desktop or in the download folder or even in the document folder. Everything should be in a specific folder that will make it easy for you to access it. Rule number 2, you need a structure that makes it easy to find any file or folder easily. This can be achieved, as we say, by putting folders inside a folder, as we're going to look in our later slides, more like a tree structure. If you think of a tree, at the bottom of the trunk, you have the roots. And once the tree comes up, it turns into smaller branches, into main branches and other smaller branches and so on and so forth. The splitting process is continuous until you reach to the leaves. You'll find the structure replicated not only in nature, but also in other man-made systems. An example is the human body and the circulatory system. When blood comes off the heart, It goes through the arteries before it branches out to other capillaries, then to smaller and smaller vessels before it reaches the main organ. The tree structure is very similar. It provides a system where we can, an efficient way of organizing and, putting together the files, as you can see in this tree structure on your screen. You have the roots, then from the roots, it splits up to perhaps you're in school, perhaps you have your work like I am at Tech to Elevate, and you also have a business. How do you structure your files so that you save everything in a specific folder to ensure that there is no mix up or overlap and everything can be found in that specific folder that you saved your documents in? One thing I must mention is you can put your folders the way you organize your life. You put the way you'd remember or the way you put things on a normal day. That way, it's going to be easy and logical and easier for you to remember as you categorize and put your things together. So when we look at file organization, the file system should be flexible and expandable and should maintain a specific logic, as we had looked at in the tree model. Rather the tree analogy, where you have all the documents in files, in specific files and folder, like we looked at the school folder, the work folder, and the business folder. It should maintain that kind of logic, almost similar to the way your brain organizes your files. This is assuming that you're only using this for personal reasons. But when you're in a work setting or an organization setting, then you should adhere to the rules and conventions that govern document management in that specific organization. Just an example of how we can be able to store documents. As you can see, all the folders like Tech to Elevate where I work, all the folders are pertaining to work I put in one folder. If I'm looking for the headshots, I can easily reach out and get the headshots of the various digital coaches. If I'm looking for a document, let's say we had a community broadband conversation before, and I want to look at what was discussed, I'll go back to my folder, I'll scroll down to branding or projects, then I'll look at the projects we had, then I'll try to trace back when we had this project. And as you can see, the community broadband conversation, I can easily click on it and I can access the documents that were discussed last year in October. So it's easy when you have your documents in one place. It's very easy to access it and you already know that this is where I've stored and this is where I can easily get my documents. Another thing we're going to discuss is putting your documents in a, apart from putting it in a folder, or rather putting it in categories, you could also put it according to dates. As you can see in my previous slide, there are documents that are easily you can easily put documents according to dates. As you can see here, most of my documents in this case are put according to dates. This way it will be easy for you to look at what did we have this, because there are some documents or rather some projects or files that are recurrent. Let's say you're doing a report, let's say you have an event in a specific week and something is recurrent each and every week. It will be easier for you to just put them according to weeks instead of putting in specific folders. So you put them, according to dates so that you can be able to run down and access it. If you remember this date or this month, it's very easy to know that on the 23rd, we had the North Star Digital Assessment. On the 4th, I had online safety training. On the 5th, I had resume rally. So it's very easy to sometimes categorize your files and documents according to dates. This is another example, just to emphasize that putting them in categories and files is not the only process of storage, but you can also put it according to alphabetical order, or you can also put it according to, or rather save it according to dates. When it comes to file and document management, you can also use shortcuts. Shortcuts are very easy. It's one easy way of you accessing files and documents. You see, when you have this beautifully designed and organized tree structures, you can have files that are 6 to 7 to 9 levels deep from the root. And if you use these files a lot, then if you're accessing it, you'll click through 7 to 9 levels of folders. And that's not very efficient if you're trying to get some work done. As I say, good thing we have shortcuts that will enable you have quick access to these documents, as you can see in this video. Just a note as we come into a conclusion, as long as you maintain the integrity of the folder when you're saving and creating new ones, you will never lose another file again, and you'll be more organized, meaning your work will be more efficient and you'll be able to achieve and do your tasks efficiently. The digital coaches at Tech to Elevate are dedicated and ready to assist you with all the digital needs. Whether you have questions about technology, need support with digital or a strategy or some guidance, our team is here to provide expert assistance and elevate your digital experience. All these services that are offered for free. And if you'd want to schedule a session, please log into Tech to Elevate and you can be able to sign up and we can schedule a session with you so that we can be able to attend to your digital needs. Or you can also call this number on the screen and it will be together with the handouts and we'll be able to take your call and schedule a session with you.
Fabulous information, Arita. Like, I want to be able to go in and use that little tree. So if you look in the handouts, over where your chat is, there's a tab that says handouts. Arita's created a really good file organization handout. And in that handout, it has like the blank tree where you could fill in what you want to see, just to kind of think through how your file structure should be set up. That's a great tool.
Absolutely.
Really great job on putting that together. Because I think most of the time when we're saving files, we're in the moment and we're busy and we just save it and we end up with image 1, image 2, image 3, and nothing's where it's supposed to be. So I really like that idea, Arita. Great job on that. Good. And let me ask you this, Arita. If someone is interested in getting help in setting up their files or kind of thinking through or filling out this handout, they could come see you at the library and get this, or one of the other digital coaches, and get this help, correct?
Oh, yeah, correct. We have 4 digital coaches who are ready to serve and assist you with any technical question that you may have. We are at the library in Umbridge and the library in Aliquippa. We'll be there Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Specifically in Umbridge, we'll be there on Monday and Thursday, and the library in Aliquippa will be there on Wednesday, and the time is 12 to 4. So everyone who wants to attend, you're welcome. You can just walk in. And as I said, all the services given are for free.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, thank you for getting us on the right track with document storage, Arita. And we look forward to the next time you get to bring us another nugget of information on technology. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Have a great day.
All right.
Bye-bye.